It's your boy Jay back at it again. Today we got The Rise of Jays.the Personality by Kyron Dawes. Y'all know the deal, man. Following both Jays here and Jay there. Get tapped in my socials. We going crazy. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
I really hate this generation. I hate how no one has a mind or a personality of their own. Like, it's so rare to come across somebody who is just different.
So she's definitely right, and I agree with what she's saying. But let's just talk about the reason why things are the way that they are. The reason why everybody is quote-unquote the same nowadays, and everybody is basically just piggybacking off of each other's personalities, is because y'all don't really like people who are different. Y'all swear, oh, nobody's different, I want to meet someone different. No, you don't. When people are different, y'all bully the shit out of them. You talk down on them. When people walk different, talk different, dress different, act different, have different taste in music and food and style and culture, y'all literally belittle them. You break them down to a nothingness.
This view is beautiful.
I know. By the way, got a little something for you, my lady.
Oh, a flower. See how you did that? Very demure, very cutesy, very mindful.
Don't talk to me like that. Don't come around me with that cringe TikTok language. No, I'm not going to deal with that. No, stop.
I want you right now to get on your phone and open up TikTok, open up Instagram or Twitter.
Look on my phone, lady. My bad.
And take a look around. Do you notice that everything is the same? You're seeing a lot of the same trends. You're seeing a lot of people talking and doing the same things. You're even probably seeing a lot of the same exact aesthetics that are being pushed on your FYP. This is all we're consuming. You'll see perfect skin, pastel aesthetics, aligned captions, but honestly, where are all the quirks? Where's the weirdness? The traits that make someone, I don't know, like, the traits that make somebody you. The traits that are relatable. And I'm not talking about forced weirdness or people who are trying to be eclectic.
I think a lot of the reason why you couldn't consider a lot of the social media stuff to be the same is the fact that people want to just fit in. A lot of people want to fit in. They want to fit into the group because that's humanity's one of the most primal things a human can want is to fit into the group. Because back in the day, nigga, if you wasn't in the group, you was left by yourself, you're cooked, nigga. That's been biologically driven deep into your skull. You know, biology, you know that. So now we're in an era where you don't need to be part of the group, or at least not in the same way as you could. Because yes, you could be alone, but you have Uber Eats. You could call a plumber, you could call an electrician, you could call a repairman. You have people in your life or people that you can call that can make sure you're alright. But, you know, because it's been so driven into us, the idea that you need to be near people, the idea you have to fit in, that people will sacrifice parts of their personality traits to fit in.
Trying to look a certain way, but just genuinely, you just see a bunch of consistent personality quirks that people have, and that's what's being pushed, individuality. We don't see that.
Niggas be on social media too much, right? And this is coming from a person who reacts and makes a lot of their content off social media, especially on my reaction channel. But even on my main channel, I have to put certain memes in there, which I would only know from watching social media videos. I have to get clips, so I gotta get on YouTube or any type of anime-ish website to get clips. But even then, I try not to be on social media like that. Like, I only go on Instagram or TikTok and Twitter if I'm posting. That's what I want to do. I've even stopped being on Reels as much. Because the thing about social media is the more you consume, the more it gets into your brain. I mean, bro, there's probably people out there who talk a certain way just because of social media. Just because they watch their favorite YouTube. Like, there is slang that I've picked up off social media. You feel me? So I couldn't imagine spending hours upon hours every day on TikTok and how that shit would just fry your brain. You know what I mean?
We just don't see that. In 2025, there's a growing whisper that Gen Z does not have a personality anymore. And I'm here to ask, is that real? Or is it just a popular line that people are liking to use? What do you think? Before we even
as a person who's Gen Z, I'm the younger half, but a lot of people I know do have personalities, right? However, the thing is that I think this could definitely be a part of the whole Gen Z is insert negative attribute trend. Even if I don't even know if you could call that shit trend, but you know, the wave that been going on of Gen Z is insert this, you know what I'm saying? They're broke, they're lazy, excuse me, they're However, it could also be something more nuanced, because a lot of people who are posting videos look around my age range, like 16 to maybe 23. So there could be some, you know what I'm saying, some very well evidence to support Gen Z, or at least a good amount of Gen Z not having a personality. But if that is true, I would largely contribute that to niggas not going outside and people just being on their phones all day, every day. Because you don't build a personality if you're just on your phone all day, every day. Like, you gotta actually go out and do shit. Make videos, dap with the homies, talk to that one girl you've been wanting to text. Like, actually doing shit with your life.
This video, what do you think? In this video, we are going to dig deep. We'll explore how social media, branding, and cultural anxiety and economic pressures shape personality erasure. And we'll expose what used to be real and what's being lost. Let's get in the video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Caroline, your internet bestie who loves to yap.
I'm tired, fuck. Stayed up late, you know what I'm saying? Had to get some, you know what I'm saying? Had to watch some of that Dispatch gameplay.
And use my love of commentary to give glory to God and uplift other women. If you agree or disagree with anything said here, leave a comment down below. This space is entirely opinionated. And also, if you want to join our little family, feel free to subscribe, but no pressure. That's your choice. What even is a personality? Personality in psychology is the consistent pattern of thoughts, feelings, and behavior that distinguishes one person from another. We'll talk about big 5 traits: extroversion, agreeableness, consciousness, neuroticism, and openness. Did I say that right? Neuroticism? Yeah, I think that's right. But what does that look like in everyday life? The loud friend, the bitter one-liner, the unpredictable one who sings too loud. Those used to be the fun characters in any group. Like, I just think back at my childhood, and I mean, I'm considered a 90s baby, even though I was born at like the end of 99. Yeah. Honestly, I just feel like people in our generation like hear 99 and they're like, oh my gosh, like, you're ancient. The 90s? But literally, I'm just like, I just remember growing up before the age of social media, before Instagram, before, I don't even know if Facebook really came out at that point. Yeah, back when MySpace was still a thing. Like, I was a kid.
Yeah, you got MySpace right now, I'm just playing, but I feel like every friend group has people with different personality traits. Now, obviously, on some level, for a friend group to work, y'all all have to have some level of commonality when it comes to humor, likes, interests, etc. Otherwise, it's not going to work. However, I do definitely think that when you spend too much time watching external sources like social media, because I think the difference between like cartoons and social media is that cartoons, it's more interpretive. Like, you're able to interpret more. Like, if I'm watching Ben 10 or like Johnny Test, like, I can actually interpret that shit. I'm gaining info, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really having to interpret what the cartoon is talking about, especially if it's like a deeper show that has more hidden message in like Adventure Time or like regular show or something like that. Then I can really, you know what I'm saying, interpret the info. You feel me? Really get the messages. But when it comes to social media, you don't really get enough time to sink your teeth into a lot of it, because the thing about shows and movies is that there's a plot, there's a clear progression of the characters, at least, and it's a good movie or a TV show. Versus social media, where it's just random meme clip, long, loud sound, insert random footage here, rinse and repeat that shit. So I feel like even though it's both entertainment, the TV shows and movies are getting more substance, which could lead to more personality traits. And if everyone's on social media, then your personality getting dumbed down, because you're not really consuming anything of, you know what I'm saying, substance, you feel me? Well, that's just what I think. I ain't gonna lie.
Of course, but I just remember that everyone got their personality from their lived experiences, and people were just who they were. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of, you couldn't just go out and see a lot of the same people. That's why it was so fascinating finding friends and finding groups of people that you connected with. I myself grew up as a directioner, and if you know, you know. And I just remember feeling so seen and heard when I found my fair share of girls and guys that enjoyed One Direction as much as me. And, you know, these were the things that made people unique, made people, just individuals. And that was what was cool in high school. If somebody was like their own aesthetic, their own uniqueness, people, if they liked you or if somebody as an individual liked you, they admired you for that. They may have even tried to imitate or tried to like copy whatever you did. Back then that was a whole thing, like, oh, she's copying me. But like, that's where a lot of that mimicking of somebody you admire came from. Now fast forward to 2025 and nobody really seems to have a personality anymore. Historian Simon Schama once said, history belongs to the strange, the eccentric, the unresting. Yet today, oddness is filtered.
History belongs to the bold. Niggas who really go out there like, bro, you think Abraham Lincoln gave a fuck about what niggas had to say about him? No, nigga. Yeah, obviously he cared about the United States being unified, but he did his own thing, bro. We look at anyone throughout history who's made a name for themselves. Napoleon Bonaparte, Joseph Stalin, George Washington, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan. All them boys was different in some way. They was different in some way, which is why they set themselves from the pack, right? That's what made them different. And when you different and you don't, I think it's the idea that if you really want to be different, you need to not care what people think to a certain extent. Obviously, you should want to be respected and you should care about your reputation, but it's like, don't chase validation to others. Don't do stuff just because it's the thing people want to hear and it'll get you clout points and all that. Do what you feel is right and just for your life, bro. So long as you're not hurting anybody or breaking laws, do what you feel is just, bro.
Out, even in the name of being on brand. And of course, you can never generalize something to everybody. And so when I say this, I use it very lightly in the way of, I'm not trying to say there's no individualness out there. You can definitely find individuals. You can find people who are doing very unique things. That's not the case. More so whenever I'm talking about Gen Z, we are seeing a continued pattern of children growing up and teens, preteens that are growing up and they're...
Yeah, that's because niggas is waking up and doing it, cause like, bro, niggas, a lot of people my age, right? They grew up on the tablet. I got a tablet when I was 6 years old, and when you grow up on a tablet, you don't go outside and play sports. You don't hang out with friends. You don't really build real experiences. Most of your personality is just from TVs, movies, and shows. And I talked about it before. Yeah, TV shows and movies have more substance, but that's not all you should be consuming. You should be hanging out with friends, going on walks. Having real experiences, going to school dances, like all that, you feel me? You should actually have a life. You're not meant to just be in the room all day looking at your phone. Like, you need to actually go out, interact with people. Like, humans are social creatures. And I know someone's gonna say, well, I'm an introvert. Introvert doesn't mean you don't need social interaction. Introvert just means you recharge or recharge faster when you're by yourself, right? I'd classify myself as an introvert, but I still like to hang around with people sometimes. I still like to talk, have fun, have friends, all that. Like, I could not imagine my high school career as a junior, right? I could not imagine my high school career if I never went to a football game, if I never went to a school dance, if I never hanged out with friends outside of school, if I always was just by myself and I was just doing work, school. Could I have made more money? Absolutely. Could I have probably had a higher grade percentage? Yeah. However, experiences also matter, bro. Like, I've met so many cool people and have so many good experiences just because I went out my comfort zone to talk to people, go to games, etc. You feel me? That's why you can't just spend all your time watching social media and movies and shit. You gotta get off your ass. And I don't blame a lot of people in my generation for being like that, because you've had a tablet shoved in front of your face before you even knew how to walk or talk to people. So it's only natural that at such a young age, when you pick up habits and behaviors very easily, that once you get that tablet and it's fun to you, you just keep doing it. I know I was very, 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 very addicted to tablets and social media and just being inside all day and not wanting to talk to people. Like, I struggled socially up until, freshman year? And I only really broke out my social shell and really went out of my way to go talk to people and hang out outside of school once I reached, I think it was mid-sophomore year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was mid-sophomore year when I actually decided, you know what, let me go out, let me talk to people, let me get my social XP up, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature.
Kind of mimicking their personalities off of what they see on social media and off of what they see online, you know? Hence why we get a lot of celebrities and men that get on social media and they're like, yeah, like they're talking about girls, right? And I mean, this is less to do about Gen Z and more to just do on an individual scope of just women who are praised a lot for their beauty and never really have to, I guess, form a personality, if we're just calling a spade a spade. And a lot of these men are now starting to see that for what it is, and some men don't mind that.
That daily video that I had played, yes sir. That's the Joker vid that I just recorded. You know what I'm saying? We'll get that uploaded today. You feel me, broski?
They just want a pretty woman beside them. But I think men who do want a little bit more substance are now starting to put up more standards, I should say, for the type of woman they want. She can't just be pretty. Being pretty is just not enough anymore. She actually has to have a personality.
You know what's sad? A lot of women don't have their own personality. A lot of their personalities be borrowed from the women that they like on social media. That should be so sad. They really don't be cut like how they think they be cut. They just be following somebody else.
We should be the Lorax for Halloween. Every single year. I'm talking about in it. We should like hang around with the weird kids and call them our besties. It would be so funny. We should be the Lorax for Halloween. Two-man season. Two-man season. Oh, I'm so messy. We should be the Lorax. 6, 7. Guys, for Halloween, what if we were the Lord? What do I nerd out about? Lululemon. We should be the Lorax for Halloween.
And that kind of goes into just regular society now. We're seeing a lot of children, hence why we see a lot of this, the Gen Z cashier, the Gen Z worker. I watch these TikToks all the time. They're satire, they're hilarious, but they have a lot of truth to them. Let's watch a couple of them right here.
Hi, I'm ready. Oh, okay. What can I get started for you?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
And mute those ads right quick. We gonna get premium soon, but you know what I'm saying? But we spending that money and you know what I'm saying? On OnlyFans and all that. You know I get my I'm bullshit.
Hi. Hello. Are you ready to order? Can I just get a bagel? Okay. And what kind of bagel? Oh, I don't know. What are your options? Yeah, so we have blueberry, cinnamon, everything, Asiago, or plain. Plain. Okay. Can I just get a bagel? What kind of bagel? Oh, I don't know. What are your options? Bagel options are in the menu. Plain. And then a black coffee. Yeah, so you want to do the combo?
Dad interaction draw than Cam pussy. Golly.
Is it cheaper? I don't really know. Hold on, let me check real quickly. Yeah, it's about 50 cents cheaper if you do the combo. Okay, sure. Let's do the combo. And then a black coffee. Oh wait, actually, is it cheaper to do the combo? I don't know. I would have to ring it up. Okay, I can go ask. Perfect, your total is $12.50 and you can tap as soon as you see the blue arrows. Your total is $12.50 and you can go ahead and tap. Oh, okay, like right now? I don't... Not yet. It's gonna ask if you wanna leave a tip. It's just gonna ask you a question. Oh, what question? It's on the screen. I'll pick up... The button's right on there. See that sign up there? Yep, right on there. Perfect. Okay, and is this where I pick up my food? No, this is where you order. So you're gonna pick it up where it says pick up order.
So how have the vibes been lately? Low key? Off. Go off, King. I just feel like life's been mad cringe lately. Like instead of taking W's, I'm taking L's. And how's your Riz? Mid. No cap?
Bro, make that shit
It's
stop.
giving depression.
Yeah, bro. Can we speed this shit up? Can we
Dead-
speed it up,
dead-
please, boy?
Facts. That's facts. No printer.
Period.
I think a lot of what people are talking about when they reference Gen Z and these types of videos is not necessarily like, oh, well, Gen Z is like super awkward and they're just kind of like to themselves, because obviously you can't generalize everybody like that. But I do think that they do hit the ball on the head, and that we are a generation that has kind of been raised around curated forms of media, and we're being raised around things
why
that...
you can't just blame Gen Z, bro. Like, y'all need to da-da-da-da. Like, yes, I understand accountability for your own actions in life. However, the generation that raised us put us in front of tablets and machinery. As soon as we got out the womb, here's a big ass tablet. Especially if you was a younger Gen Z like your boy, you had a tablet in front of your face, a TV. You had almost 24/7 unrestricted access to the internet. And if you have all that entertainment, nigga, you not about to go outside. You not about to, you know what I'm saying, play baseball and bust your ass swinging the ball. You not actually gonna live real human experiences, bro. And this is coming from someone who played soccer when he was younger. Played basketball, football, went to several, you know what I'm saying, like football games, you feel me? I was part of, you know what I'm saying, art, enriched art. You know, I got some lore, some dialogue, all that, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine doing none of those things. Like, I don't even want to know what my personality would be like if I never took football or did any sport. Or I never really got into the gym like that. Like, I don't even want to know what my I don't even want to know how boring that nigga would be. Like, a version of Jason who never did none of that. Like, had no accolades, no badges, just did schooling, watched TikTok all day. That sounds ass. Yo, that sounds ass. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Very distinctly show us, oh, this is considered good. This is considered attractive. This is considered yes. And this is considered weird, not attractive, quirky, no. And I think because we see a lot of that, and because we can go online and we, from the click of our fingers, from the scroll of our finger, we can go and find stuff we like. We can find people we like. We can find women we admire. I think a lot of people are in the business of mimicking. And it's not weird to mimic, because even back before social media, people were doing it where there's
even before social media, people were mimicking certain styles of dressing, speech. I mean, people been mimicking as far back as time could tell. Should we see it in nature? Nigga, animals will mimic another animal to ward off predators.
The celebrities, you know, like I definitely was Beyonce once or twice for Halloween. But you know what I mean? Just more of like a personality mimic. People see what they see online, and that's why it kind of seems like a lot of Gen Z talk the same way and the same like monotone level. It seems like a lot of them develop the same type of personality traits, which is kind of like the sly, awkward figure. Think it's kind of cool to super into like talking about mental health and mental awareness, very like woke in that area. But just also like, I don't know, I'm Gen Z myself, and I just also think that there's a Gen Z personality. There's just a personality of people in our generation that it's like, yeah. The social media filter, not just visual, but personal. Social media isn't just a venue for photos anymore. It's a sculptor of identity. Many of us build brands, choosing what parts of our personality to display and which ones we would like to hide. According to a 2022 study, Instagram use is linked to temporary increases in neurotic traits and a stronger need to appear unique. But that unique often becomes a formula.
That social comparison.
Pastel outfits, soft girl outfits, looks, aesthetics, outfit grids, trying to be a fashionista, but still following trends. Personality losses in dimension overall. I personally feel like Instagram, it allows more space for uniqueness in a way compared to TikTok. Now, some of y'all might disagree with that. But I just kind of feel like on Instagram, I'm actually disagreeing with that statement. I do think that you can be a little bit more unique on TikTok, yes. But no. Actually, I'm gonna go back to my original statement. I think that you can be more unique on Instagram compared to TikTok, because TikTok is run by trends. TikTok is run by popularity. It's run by what is popping right now. Like, don't y'all remember I think it was like a year or two ago, of the lady who came out with the story of how she didn't know who the man she married, and it was like a big thing. It was a big trend, and it was trending for a long time. So many things happened to that lady. She was on the news, and then it just went away. And I just kind of feel like that's the revolving door of TikTok and social media specifically, but just TikTok. Like, we're seeing a lot of trends. We're seeing a lot of things that become popping very quickly, and a lot of people try to mimic these things and try to get on the brand, get on the wave of them. And, you know, growing up around that for so long, you start to wonder, like, you know, where's the personality? Like, do you have a personality? That's really the biggest thing, is that a lot of people are mimicking what they see online, and they're mimicking what they think people will like. And
like I said, bro, like the lady in the video is talking about, you're mimicking. You're trying to fit in with the group. A lot of these people who are doing this, could they just be trying to get clicks because they want to blow up on TikTok? Sure, that's a possibility, but a lot of it is you're trying to chase validation. You're trying to appeal to the majority in order you can fit in, right? So obviously, if everyone fits in, everybody's normal, then no one's going to be exceptional. That's just, if you want to be different and you want to excel, then you're gonna have to be okay with being alone at certain points, bro. That's how it is, man. You want to grow, you want to be the GOAT, you won't have to, you know what I'm saying, be okay with not having a lot of people to talk to in certain areas in your life. It is, hey, bro, this is what it is.
Instead of just trying to be what they like and trying to just embody like who they are, the truth is a lot of people just don't know who they are, and especially in Gen Z. As somebody who I've gone through my fair share of identity crises, I understand how that can go, but that's how I also know that we do struggle with having a personality essentially in this generation. It's not across the board, again, I just want to reemphasize that, but it is something we definitely see. Researchers have also found correlations between personality traits and social media behavior. And we always hear about something called the POTUS effect. And the POTUS effect is real. The avatar or image you present influences your behavior. That is essentially the POTUS effect. Let's say you really like Lululemon. This is just a random example. You like Lululemon, or you really like Uggs or something like that. You'll now start to wear those in a lot of your outfits and your fits and what you're posting, right? Then you start to look around and follow content of people who also like Lululemon and Uggs and things like that. So now you're getting a consistent curated For You page of the things that you like. And now you're posting similar to the things that you like, because those are the things that you're seeing and those are the things, the content you're consuming, and that's also what you actually just like. Now you are stuck in this realm of presenting and trying to be the personality of what you presented. I say this, I don't know if I'm explaining this the best, because I come from a background of having pictures on Instagram and then people meeting me in person and they're like, wow, like you were not what I expected you to be based off of your Instagram. And because I'll be honest, like on my Instagram, I do really have like a aesthetic I like to follow. I'm a little bit OCD, so I like, posting my travel content. I like posting like my fashion fits and things like that. But then in person, honestly, my friends just think I'm a weirdo. They're just like, girl, you are bat crazy. And I am a little bit, but like that's me separating my two worlds. You understand? And a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people struggle to get out from behind the curated image and the curated content that they're making. We already know, we see this from streamers. Streamers have kind of turned on personalities. Not all of them, of course, but they're
but it's clip farming. You're doing it for content. I think everybody, even to me to an extent, plays a character. When the cameras are on, when you're trying to get that flick, you're trying to get that screenshot. Everybody does it to some degree, right? You want to look good for the camera. You want to, to on that personality. It's like how niggas, when they trying to sauce up a girl, they be like, hey, it is what it is, type shit. They voice get deep, but they start trying to, be all nonchalant and all that, boy. Every dude has done that before. I've done it before, my nigga. That's a canon event, bro. Yo, you get around a girl, your voice get deeper, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that shit crazy. Nah, but I think it's because people do that to appeal. Like, you want to appeal to what's normal, what's considered good and healthy, right? Even though it's not inherently you.
There are some streamers that they kind of turn it on for the camera. They turn it on for the stream so that they can make money and so that they can entertain. That's their job, right? But when you talk to them with no cameras, none of that up, they're probably going to act more like themselves. They're probably not going to act how they act on stream. But where I'm trying to get with this conversation is that we have a lot of people in our generation that acts how they think they're supposed to be acting, like AKA streamers.
I'll say this, I'm definitely more extroverted on the camera than I am in real life. Like, if you met me in real life, I'm not socially inept, but I'm not an OD talker, yapper ass nigga like I am on this. Bro, you know me in real life, most of the time I'm quiet. I'll tell a couple jokes here and there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm really in a good mood, I'll really just start hamming the jokes and damn. However, most of the time, I just be laid back, chilling, cooling on it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just be laid back, chilling, doing my work, listening to music, all that. But the moment this camera turns on, nigga, I'm yapping my ass off. I'm just blabbering away about whatever topic I'm talking about, whether it be through anime, movies, dating, socioeconomic, political factors, and zombies, all that, bro, all that.
on stream, and they just continue to be that way because they feel like, oh, this is my aesthetic, this is how people see me, this is how I need to just act. When in reality, no, you can just be yourself and be your own unique character so that we're not seeing a lot of this overlap in personalities. You don't just hide your weirdness. Sometimes you suppress it to maintain optimal engagement, likes, and aesthetic.
You're trying to suppress the weirdness. When you suppress something, it gets stronger. It feeds it because you're giving it more power. Because you're essentially saying, I have to suppress this side of myself in order to be normal, to be well liked. Well, guess what? That side of yourself, that shadow self, you don't fuck with that. He or she don't fuck with that, so it's gonna get stronger. It's gonna try to break out somehow, and when it does break out, it's gonna be even stronger than it was originally. So you gotta transmute that, develop that, do whatever you can to transmute that weird part of yourself or that interest into something healthy and productive.
Harmony. And I'm not trying to say this in a way of like, oh, everybody who has a personality is inherently weird. No, they're not. And some of you might just feel like, well, how I act on social media, that is my personality. And that's very valid for people. But from the scope of the lack of personality and the lack of depth of personality uniqueness within Gen Z, a lot of it stems from the curated social media that we all grew up around and the idea of how we should and want to be perceived.
Am I the only person noticing that people on the internet don't seem to have their own personalities? It's always, what are we doing next? Copying the Sophia Richie dance, which is just swaying, by the way. What are we wearing next summer? What fragrances are we doing? Can you guys not think for yourself? Or, I like a side part, but everyone's doing a middle part right now, even though I don't like it. Girl, if you like a side part, do the freaking side part. We don't all have to wear the same things, look the same, sound the same, listen to the same music, dye our hair the same colors. I don't know, it's kind of weird and scary.
Anxiety, comparison, and identity pressure. Gen Z reports the highest rates of anxiety and self-doubts and mental health challenges among generations. I definitely agree with this because
that you could contribute that I want to say it's fair to contribute that just to social media. Because when you take about the political the political landscape of today, as well as the economy of today, with a whole lot of other factors, it's not a mystery to why Gen Z is stressed.
I have a cousin who is not even in middle school yet. She's very young. And she tells me how her and her friends tell each other that they're depressed. Now, this might be a little bit of a sensitive subject, but I also just feel like a lot of young people use these types of words very lightly. You know, when I was growing up, depression was a very serious thing. It's not something that people just throw around like, oh my gosh, I'm so depressed. But now in our generation, like, people say that all the time, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, it's just a thing that people say, but now you can't differentiate between the people who, okay, no, you're actually depressed, you're diagnosed with depression, versus the people who just think it's aesthetic or a trend to say. It's normal, like, oh, I'm going through something, oh, I'm just depressed. When you combine that with the constant pressure to perform, to be likable, aesthetic, engaging, the risk of disassociating personality becomes very real, which I hinted on before, of having a personality disorder. The paradox. We want to be seen for who we are, but we're terrified of being disliked.
That's that social pressure, bro. Niggas is afraid of being disliked, bro. That's why you got to really be disliked and to not be loved by everybody. That takes courage, man. That takes real courage, because you can't be liked by everybody. Not everybody gonna fuck with you. Not everybody gonna like you. You gonna have people that think you're this, that, and the third. It's inevitable. Once you get big enough or enough people know, you're gonna be disliked by somebody in some way, shape, or form. It couldn't even be it may not even be because of a bad trait. They might just be envious and hating on your ass, boy. It just is what it is.
So we stay safe, we stay soft, we stay neutral, we do what we see on our FYP, we do what we see of those around us and what works for our friends and what doesn't work. Dr. Freud might have called this repression, but today we compress, we mute, and we filter. People are afraid of being themselves. People are afraid of showing their true personalities, and it's not always their fault. You know, somebody might say, oh, well, why don't they just do it? Or maybe they're just not comfortable or confident in themselves. But I also don't think that we have a society that fully uplifts uniqueness. I do think uniqueness online thrives for sure, hence why we see a lot of people that go viral that have something very unique about them. I also think that uniqueness thrives and blows up so well in our society right now because there's such a big lack of it. There's such a lack of individualism. And so I think that's something to also pay attention to. The no opinion era and danger of reduced complexity. One phrase that you'll probably see more than ever: no opinions. People posting story polls, refusing to take a stance, or subtweets about hot topics. They're very vague, they're ambiguous, so nobody can fully judge you. A 2025 study on personality, opinions, and social media use shows that stronger opinions correlate with higher personality visibility, but many mute them to avoid backlash, which I get, because then we could really get into a sub-conversation where we talk about just strictly cancel culture.
The thing is about when it comes to muting your personality, that depends on what you're going for. Because if you really, I feel like if you really show who you are when it comes to those stances, you can build a smaller, more compact fan base, but they fuck with you heavy. Versus like if you hide yourself, you kind of be more neutral. You can build a much larger fan base, but a lot of them may not fuck with you like that. You feel me? Like that's the difference. Like I feel like that's definitely a dilemma that a lot of people who want to blow up on social media face. Is like, do I want to show who I really am and what I really believe? Because I may offend a lot of my channel. I may be in this drama, this, that, and the third. Or do I want to stay neutral and avoid that? But the thing is, I feel like regardless of what you pick, once you get big enough to a certain point, people gonna make videos and talk about you anyways, right? And I say having a group of people that associate with you, that are loyal, that will care for you, that you may disagree, you may argue, but y'all like these, you feel me? Y'all like these. I think that's very important.
A lot of people don't want to speak up and speak their mind and just be honest with them, with who they are, because we live in a culture, not necessarily cancel culture, because that's more pointed towards somebody who did something wrong, but just we live in a culture that people are quick to pull out their camera, people are quick to catch you slipping. Like, it is kind of jarring to step out of the grain and do your own thing. But what happens when we lose complexity? When every profile is curated to harmony, when no one disagrees, when nuance is canceled, we lose character. Historian Rebecca Solnit.
Real niggas. When you can't be yourself, you lose real niggas.
The muted people in the muted times became visible. When everybody is quiet, those who speak up become anomalies. Personality preservation. People who refuse to be silent. Personality isn't dead. I just wanted to make that very, very clear. It's just harder to maintain. Some creators resist the trend. They post unfiltered rants, show mood swings, flop posts, controversial opinions. So yes, the statement, no one has a personality anymore, it feels harsh. But
yeah, no one has a personality, that's a generalization. And a lot of these Gen Zs, a lot of these are generalizations to an extent, but there is definitely some truth. I've met some people who in real life were like trying to talk to them, there's girls I've tried to talk to, we're talking to them, it's like, nigga, I'm 10 motherfucking K plus B squared, L2, you gotta press it, and then you gotta press X 3 times, and then twist the controller, then catch with your left hand on some shit, to even get a response, my nigga. Cause I'm getting hit with LOLs, okays, I don't really know what I like. Like, nigga, I have nothing to work with. I have nothing to work with. But it is what it is, bro. Keep pushing, you keep moving, you keep improving yourself. Just gotta keep growing, man.
But it holds weight. In the race for virality, we edit ourselves until we're flat. But personality isn't just loudness. It's fealty to your inner contradictions, your tastes, your boundaries, and your quirks. If you're watching this, please continue to stay unique, because we need to continue to
be Mr. PC nigga anyways, but Appreciate that.
Uplift individuality and not to continue to subscribe to all the same aesthetics. No more subscribing to all the soft girl aesthetics. You know, if you want to be a maximalist, be a maximalist. If you want to be a minimalist, be a minimalist. You know, just don't feel like you need to go and do certain things just because you're seeing other people do it online or just because your favorite influencer is doing it, because ultimately that's not what you actually feel called to do. You do not have to do it. Be true to yourself. You will much prefer that. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if this one was a little bit more all over the place.
No, that was a W bit. But all in all, what y'all think? Tell me in the comments. What I personally think is a lot of people have lost their personalities or defining traits because they do want to fit in, either out of fear of being socially rejected or for the idea that if they detour from their real personality, they'll gain some type of social group. But that's just what I think. Thank y'all for watching this video, man. Shout out to the original creator. I'll link the video. I'll always, you know what I'm saying, link the original video in the description. With that being said, it's your boy Jay. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay blessed, and I'm out.